Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rebel Racing Network and the National Outlaw Racing Association Cup Series. I'm your commentator tonight, as always, Austin Householder, and we are coming to you live from Kansas Speedway, a 1.5-mile oval located in Kansas City, Kansas, where these drivers will be competing for 125 laps. Weather tonight is 77 degrees out, clear. The track temperature sitting at a cool 83 degrees. But we were speaking to some of our drivers earlier on here. They said this track is eating up their tires. So something to keep an eye on as this race goes on here. Qualifying has begun. Tyler Street currently sitting atop of the scoreboard there. Are having a little bit of an issue with the scoreboard. Get that worked out momentarily. But speaking about tires, the rules for tonight's event, these drivers are going to be given 4 sets of tires, 75% fuel, and 1 quick repair to get this undone. And it is the championship race. We have narrowed the field down to 4 championship drivers. Tyler Street currently sitting atop the points standings with 2,384 points. Seth LaCroix in second with 2,354 points. Stephen Blevins is your third championship driver with 2,342 points. And Christian Delgado, after some tough luck last week, has dropped back to fourth with 2,330. Currently looking at that 29 of Seth LaCroix on track now for qualifying. And he is our defending champion, and we've got a picture of him here with his championship trophy from Season 1. He is looking to go back-to-back here tonight. But he is going to have to lay down a good time here. Christopher Foote currently sitting in the pole position for the time being, which is good for Seth. Tyler Street not able to lock up the bonus points for taking the pole here. Seth LaCroix's first lap, a 29.93. He's got to shave about 4/100ths of a second off of that lap time in order to take the pole. That Seth does complete his qualifying run. Not good enough to take the pole. It looks like he will be starting in third. But we have another fast driver just taking the track for his qualifying run, and that is the 13 of Christian Delgado. We know he's got the speed. Let's see if he can show us it in qualifying. It does look like only 10 drivers will make the race tonight. Having an issue with the trading paints. Thank you, Tyler, for letting me know. I will get to work on that once we finish watching qualifying here. Delgado laying down a quick time, a 29.83. And his second lap coming to a close here. 29.827. He gets even faster. These drivers have finished their qualifying run, so we are going to head down trackside for our opening ceremonies presented by Ura Flyovers. At this time, please stand as you are able, remove your hats, place your hand over your heart, and veterans render a hand salute as the United States Marine Corps Band performs our national anthem. All right, and we are back, folks. A look at the starting lineup here tonight. Taking the pole is that 13 of Christian Delgado. Christopher Foote going to be rolling off second in the 21 car. Tyler Street roll off third, driving the number 4 car. Seth LaCroix in fourth, driving the number 9 car. In fifth will be Brian Day, driving the number 70. Samuel Reed will roll off sixth, driving the number 56. Stephen Linger in seventh, driving the number 91. Byron Gay will roll off 8th, driving the number 20. Justin Day in 9th, driving the number 1. And Terrell Wheeler will round out your field in 10th, driving the number 40. And the pace car is off. And the green flag is out, and we are racing, folks. Christian Delgado getting the jump there. Looks like Christopher Foote got caught sleeping there on that start. He's dropping to the back. That's not going to work out for Seth LaCroix, who's racing for a championship. He's stuck behind Christopher Foote, and he is going to drop 2 positions right from the start. Otto and Tyler Street, though, jumping out to the lead here. Roy still looking for a way to get back up to the front here. Not what he needed to start this race. Now they've got it worked out single file. We're going to see if Seth LaCroix can find some speed here. As the field does get it worked out for single file early on here. Stephen Linger trying to hold off Seth LaCroix. LaCroix looking to the inside. He's going to get there. Now the real challenge for that 29 car is being able to make these passes to get back up to the front while not chewing up those tires. He was struggling with tire wear throughout practice and qualifying. Christian Delgado continuing to run away with this. 0.2 of a second between him and Tyler Street. As the attrition sets in and those tires get some wear on them, I would expect Christian Delgado to continue to open up this gap. LaCroix has now gotten by Stephen Linger. But still has a ways to go. He's back in the top 5, but he's going to need to beat Tyler Street by at least 2 spots here tonight if he wants a shot at the championship. Just looking at everyone's best time so far. Christopher Foote has set the fastest time throughout this one. Again, there are bonus points handed out for that fastest time as well. Right now, Christopher Foote in position to get those. It is sunset, though, and that sun is going down. As the sun goes down, we are expecting to see this track cool off just a little bit. That could help with these times. So once these guys are able to get in for their first pit stop, expect to see maybe some faster times run in the second half of this race. Once again, they will be given 4 sets of tires for this. Not sure if they're going to use them all. 75% fuel. We are looking at probably 1 to 2 pit stops to be able to make it to the end on fuel. All the space that these cars have between them already. Not sure if we're going to get too many cautions here tonight either. Checking in with Samuel Reed there in the back of the pack. Those back cars still pretty tight together. We're going to see if they can make a drive to the front here as this one goes on. I do believe that was Terrell Wheeler in that Ohio State Buckeyes car catching the outside wall there. Going back to the front, Christian Delgado not pulling away from Tyler Street like we thought he was going to. Street closing that gap by 1/10 of a second. He is there. One thing we do know about the aero package with these cars, though, it can be very hard to be able to make a pass, especially for the lead there. Delgado's got that clean air working for him. That gap begins to open up just a little bit. Now 10 laps in the books of the scheduled 125. Christopher Foote there running the high side, leaving that door open for Seth LaCroix to maybe get there and try and make a pass on the inside. Now Foote's going to move to the bottom of the track. He's got his sights set on that 70 of Brian Day. Foote is there. Day moves up to the high side. Looks like Seth LaCroix looking to follow suit here. While these three are battling it out, those top two, Delgado and Street, are pulling away. And this could be a race that does end up getting won here on pit road. It already has that look early on here. Roy now fighting with Day. Almost had him cleared there. Looks like he'll probably get there after this corner. Yes, LaCroix is going to clear Brian Day. Now he sets his sights back on that 21 of Christopher Foote. LaCroix drives it hard into turn 3, gets underneath Christopher Foote, and he's going to make that. Not sure if he's going to clear Foote just yet. Foote getting that run down the front stretch. This is where LaCroix has to be smart. Looks like he's going to clear him through turns 1 and 2. Maybe not. Foote getting the drive off, but Foote's loose. Foote in the outside wall. Foote will be able to recover, but it definitely looks like that he has some right side damage to that 21 car. And we've got TCR Esports checking in with us from Facebook. What is going on, TCR? We are excited to have you guys back for season 2 starting this Wednesday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Looking forward to that. And really looking forward to the broadcast. We've been doing some work in the broadcast booth with TCR Esports and bringing a couple of new things to our broadcast for that league. Guys, make sure you check into that on Wednesday night. Back down on track, Seth LaCroix. Gotta make up some time. FLK saying he's got this locked in, but those two leaders, Street and Delgado, have opened up that gap to almost 2 seconds. That damage to Christopher Foot's car, not what Seth LaCroix wanted to see. You can see Foot is now off the pace just a little bit. Justin Day getting by his brother Brian Day there. But Foot not keeping that same pace he was keeping before, unfortunately. Looks like there definitely is some damage to that car, so that's going to be Seth LaCroix is definitely going to have to turn it on here. Because right now, it does not look like there is any hope of Christopher Foot being able to get by Tyler Street as well. So that means LaCroix is going to have to pass both Street and Delgado and take home a win here for the time being if he wants that championship trophy. You guys can see that gap continuing to grow between LaCroix and Tyler Street. Street and Delgado have definitely got the advantage built in here. You know, they were able to hop out to the front right from the very beginning, and they are not battling out with each other, so they are keeping those tires cool. They are able to take care of their equipment better than LaCroix and Foot and those in the back who've had to race to get to where they're at. That could be the factor going into our first set of pit stops. Now Street trying that high side, looking to make up any little bit of time he can on Christian Delgado. Gap now out to 2.5 seconds between them and LaCroix and the rest of the field. Checking back further in the pack, Steven Linger has gone backwards since the start of this one. He was able to gain some positions on the initial start. Now finds himself running 8th as he tries to go around Brian Day. Brian Day, another car on their way to the back of the pack. That initial start where Christopher Foot seemed to be sleeping there on the high line definitely appears to be throwing a wrench into some of these plans here. They've gotten these cars out of order, making them battle for positions trying to get back up front. And using up the tires. That we are going to step away for a quick commercial break.
From the track to the tech, Creative Castle keeps your code running as clean as your laps. We test real-world devices and digital platforms so your next release won't crash in turn 1. At Creative Castle, we elevate your software with expert quality assurance and cross-platform testing. Whether it's native apps or networked hardware, we deliver precision-tested performance at scale. Behind every smooth app and smart device is a quiet castle. Creative Castle. We're the quality wizards and test knights who battle bugs and break bad code before it breaks your product. Creative Castle. Quality at full throttle. Your quest for quality ends here.
Right, and we are back. Big thank you to Creative Castle for sponsoring the broadcast. While we were away, Tyler appeared struggling a little bit, dropping back to a second between him and Christian Delgado. Not sure what happened with that 4 car, but we see him running that high line now. It looks like he may have used up those tires a little bit more than he's wanted to. They are still gaining ground over Seth LaCroix and company back there in the pack. Over a second back now. There is no draft coming off of that third Delgado to help Tyler Street keep his lap times up. Got that draft. We are seeing him drop here. Connor Price over on Facebook bringing up the clean air benefit, keeping those cars cool. It is a little bit crazy on those cup cars. Looking at the last lap times for Tyler Street, he is definitely off the pace here, dropping down into the 31s. Christian Delgado last ran a 30.6, Seth LaCroix with a 30.9. Looks like we are just over halfway to our first pit window. Pit road could be what makes or breaks you here tonight. Tyler Street tags the outside wall there coming off of turn 4. That is definitely not going to help him out there. Got a new car in the top 5. Samuel Reed in that 56 has now made his way up the 4th. And our biggest mover of the day so far, Justin Day, in that number 1 car, rounding out your top 5. Christopher Foote with that right side damage appears to still be struggling here. He is now feeling the pressure from Byron Gay in that 20 car. Byron Gay now getting to the inside of Christopher Foote. They cross the line side by side. Byron Gay with a nose just out in front of Christopher Foote. He is looking to complete that pass on the inside through turns 1 and 2, and it looks like he will clear Christopher Foote. Throws that car right up in front of that 21. Christopher Foote really struggling here. Checking back in with Christian Delgado, talking about that clean air, keeping those tires cool. Delgado still running 30.7 for his lap times, while the rest of the field appears to be around the 31 mark. Tyler Street now about 2 seconds behind Christian Delgado, but still able to stay about 0.3 of a second out in front of Seth LaCroix for the time being. 3 seconds to 2.5 seconds in front of Seth LaCroix. That's still back there in third. Back check in the back of the pack. Steven dropped all the way back to 9th after being up front early on in this one. Now, with 36 laps in the books, you've got to be thinking about that pit strategy, especially if you're this guy right here, Seth LaCroix in that 29 car. 2 pit stops to get it done here tonight. If I'm that 29 car, I want to be pitting as early as possible, get some fresh tires on this car, and trying to make up some time. You know, these times have fallen off about a second since the start of this one. So even just 1 or 2 laps could mean all the difference between Seth LaCroix getting by Tyler Street. Looks like we've got our first taker on pit road, Brian Day in the 70 car, and he's being shown the black flag. Like too fast getting on pit road, that 70 of Brian Day. Delgado continuing to open up his lead, now 4 seconds between him and Tyler Street. He is absolutely running away with it. His lap time sitting consistently at 30.7. Now even Tyler Street and Seth LaCroix falling into the 31 category. 40 laps into this run. Justin Day now pulling down pit road as well. He will fall a lap down to that man right there, Christian Delgado. Pit stops have started. If I'm these guys, Tyler Street and Seth LaCroix running behind Christian Delgado, I'm probably thinking about pitting around lap 42 as short as possible, trying to make up some time before Christian Delgado gets down there and gets fresh tires as well. Roy getting ready to come up on lap traffic. That is a 70 of Brian Day in front of him. That lap traffic definitely going to not help his case, trying to take home another championship tonight. Real question here, who is going to be the next one to go down pit road? The Day brothers obviously led the charge here to go down pit road, and I think they may have went down just a little bit too early here. A lot of space between Seth LaCroix and Tyler Street here. Gap has continued to open up between LaCroix and Street. Oh, and Seth LaCroix going to head down pit road here. This is what I was talking about, trying to pit a little bit earlier than everyone else, get them fresh tires on that car, come out and try and make up some time. Now the question here is Tyler Street going to come down pit road as well? He is slowing. That is a 70 of Brian Day going by him on the outside. Tyler Street now coming down pit road. And it will be a 4-tire stop for that 29 of Seth LaCroix. He is gone. Donald Busier entering the chat over on Facebook, rooting for Seth LaCroix. Tyler Street bringing it stop. Now Christian Delgado going to join the leaders on pit road. Samuel Reed staying out. He's going to take over the lead. Byron Gay still out as well. Christopher Foote and Terrell Wheeler stay out here. Tyler Street now coming off of pit road. Looks like Seth LaCroix may be making up some time on Tyler Street. Tyler Street now back on track, trying to get that car up to speed. But here comes Seth LaCroix. He is already at speed. Those tires are going to be one lap warmer than Tyler Street has. We're going to see if LaCroix can close up this gap a little bit. Samuel Reed, Terrell Wheeler, Christopher Foote making their way down pit road. Christian Delgado crosses the line. He is going to retake the lead here. Pit stop cycle through. That first pit stop, LaCroix able to close about a second between him and Tyler Street on pit road. So LaCroix, that real winner on pit road. Byron Gay coming down pit road now as well. One lap difference. Tyler Street, Seth LaCroix running about the same lap times. Looking back to the pack, Justin Days back to fourth. Samuel Reed in fifth. Byron Gay running sixth. For Foote in seventh. Stephen Linger in eighth. And Terrell Wheeler running ninth after pit stops have cycled through. Ryan Day still on track in 10th, one lap down. Christian Delgado's lead has dwindled a little bit on pit road here as well. So Tyler Street and Seth LaCroix both faster than Delgado on pit road. Now that pit stops have cycled through, we're going to go ahead and step away for a quick commercial break.
It's race day on iRacing. The grid is set. Engines are rumbling. The chat is buzzing. The anticipation is building. But before the green flag waves, you need a moment that gets hearts racing. Hoorah Flyovers delivers cinematic, custom airplane flyovers for your iRacing or esports event, bringing real-world energy to your virtual track. Add a patriotic punch to your pre-race show. Whether you're hosting a league championship, a memorial race, or just want to hype the crowd, Hoorah brings the thunder. Fully customizable, easy to book, stream ready, guaranteed to get your drivers and fans fired up. Because when the jets fly, everyone pays attention. Stand tall, fly loud, race proud. Hoorah! Visit Hoorah Flyovers on Discord or Facebook and bring the flyover experience to iRacing like never before.
All right, and we are back, folks. Christian Delgado still in control of this one. He's still consistently running those 30.74s. Very consistent out of that 13 car, though. Tyler Street and Seth LaCroix running faster than Delgado. About 0.2 of a second, but they're going to burn their stuff up quick. Christian Delgado appears he is in tire saving mode already on this run. Going to try and stretch this out as long as he can. Samson LaCroix over on YouTube now entering the chat, rooting for his brother Seth. Seth's still trying to make up some time. That gap still sitting at about 1.5 seconds between him and Tyler Street. They still have one more pit stop to go before we get to the end of this one. He is matching the times of Tyler Street. If he can get another good run on pit road, Seth LaCroix could get Tyler Street, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to get him the championship. Unless Samuel Reed could get up there as well, but Samuel Reed 7 seconds back from Seth LaCroix. And just a quick look at the best time so far here tonight. It does appear that Christopher Foote still has the best time set so far during the race, so it looks like he's going to lock up those bonus points. Christian Delgado definitely looking to lock up the bonus points for most laps led. He only needs just a couple of more. Be able to lock that up, and with a 4-second gap between him and Tyler Street, I don't know if anyone's going to be able to catch him in time to take those points away from him. So that's really just going to leave the points for position. Seth LaCroix and Tyler Street. They're still showing speed about 0.2 of a second faster than Tyler Street that last time by. That gap is dwindling. Samuel Reed also showing some speed as well. Now remember, on these last pit stops, Samuel Reed stayed out a few laps longer than Tyler Street and Seth LaCroix. Live look at it here. Reed pitted on lap 46, LaCroix on 43, Street on 44. And make it just a little bit longer on fuel than these. Tyler Street still about 1/10 of a second lower than Seth LaCroix. And it does appear Seth LaCroix may be catching a little bit of draft off of that 4 of Tyler Street that may allow him to drive up to him. Go ahead, step away for a quick commercial break. All right, and we are back, folks. A big thank you to Bird Reps for being a part of the channel as well. Go ahead, check them out. If you need a wrap done for your car, they do excellent work over there. Gotta be honest, I'm pretty partial to that Rebel Racing Network car that Hunter Geyer is running over in the TCR, now O'Reilly Auto Parts series. They do a lot of good work. Checking back in with Seth LaCroix. He is closing now. Look at the nose camera from him, and we'll ride along with him as well. So that gap closing between him and Tyler Street. This is about the time in the run where we saw Tyler Street just kind of fall off. He would get those tires warm, and this is where he started losing ground on Christian Delgado. LaCroix going to try the high side here. Not sure if that high side's working for LaCroix trying to catch up to Street, but he has definitely put himself in a good position. See if he can make up some ground on pit road. Again, battle between Tyler Street and Seth LaCroix. LaCroix's got the advantage when it comes to pit stops. He can hit a lap earlier. Than Tyler Street. If Tyler Street goes by, and that seemed to be the difference on pit road for LaCroix, was that early pit stop. Now with 71 laps in the books, it appears that Tyler Street has found some speed out of that car again after he's gotten those tires cooled off. But that gap between him and Seth LaCroix down to less than a second now. Christian Delgado continuing to open up that gap, still consistently running 30.7s. But he is coming up on the lap traffic of Brian Day just in front of him. Should not be a challenge for Christian Delgado to navigate this one. Checking back in, Christopher Foote now battling with Justin Day in that one car for the 6th position. We did see some issues out of Christopher Foote blinking under that Creative Castle. Crank it up. Going to see if this plays a factor in here. I think we did just see them almost touch coming out of turn 2. There goes Foote blinking out again. Does look like he's going to be able to complete this pass on Justin Day here. That blink is dangerous, though. That could bring out the caution that I'm sure Seth LaCroix and Tyler Street would love to see. Bring Christian Delgado back in, give them a shot at getting by him. That was Byron Gay there tapping the outside wall just in front of those two. Now 75 laps in the books. Going back up to our championship cars and front runner Seth LaCroix still trying to close that gap. Now hanging about 0.7 of a second behind Tyler Street. And we are coming to that next pit window for these drivers. Now 80 laps in the books. That pit window going to open up probably around lap 82 here. Trying to look, see who lasted the longest. Byron Gay was able to stretch his run out to 47 laps. So that pit window is definitely open if Seth LaCroix or Tyler Street want to try and short pit to try and make up some time with some fresh tires. Although Christian Delgado in that 13 car, once again, still running those 30.7s, continuing to open up that gap now as everyone else has wore their tires out. Checking back in with Boy, it appears something happened that last lap. lost a second over Tyler Street. If I'm LaCroix, I've got to be thinking about pitting this time by. Street not going to pit. LaCroix going to go by pit road as well. That gap is continuing to open up between Seth LaCroix and Tyler Street. Caution, caution is out. Justin Day has crashed. And that is going to shake things up, folks. Going back looking to see what happened here with Justin Day. Iron Gay in the outside wall there. It looks like Justin Day just looking to go down pit road, and he loses it. Not what that one car wanted to see, and certainly not what Christian Delgado wanted to see either. So that is going to shake things up. That is going to reel Christian Delgado back in. Put him, Tyler Street, Seth LaCroix, all on an even playing field. They come down pit road. Like only Brian Day is going to stay out. Everyone getting a good, clean entrance to their pit boxes. LaCroix, Street, and Delgado all going up at the same time. Does not look like we're going to see any shakeup in the top three getting off of pit road. Oh, correction. Seth LaCroix driving through pit boxes. He put that pedal to the floor to get off pit road. LaCroix going to beat Street off of pit road. That is going to give LaCroix the advantage on the restart. Possibly. I don't know if I agree with that move by LaCroix. Now that I think about it, he's going to have to start to the outside of this man right here, Christian Delgado. See, Delgado trying to work some heat into those tires. Delgado will control the restart. LaCroix may be at a disadvantage. If Tyler Street is up on that wheel and ready to go, he could get back by LaCroix here. Just before we go back green flag racing, we will step aside for one last commercial break.
At FedUps, we don't care how it gets there, just that it eventually does. We use cutting-edge technology like guesswork, blind rage, and the occasional coin flip. Need help? Our customer service is standing by to put you on hold. Our drivers are trained professionals in rage quitting, road rage, and minor parkour. Have an issue? Hey, we delivered it, didn't we? At FedUp, we're not happy until you're not happy. Special instructions? I ignored it specifically. Signature required? We'll scribble something. Fragile? Let's test that theory. Customer service? Try screaming into the void. FedUp, we hate your package almost as much as you do.
FedUps is not responsible for damaged, late, lost, or completely incinerated packages. Batteries?
All right, and we are doubled back up, guys. Getting ready to go back green flag racing. The lights on that pace car are off. All eyes on these two right here. Delgado's got the advantage. Seth LaCroix needs the position to win the championship. Pace car is off. And the green flag is out. Looks like LaCroix might have spun his tires there just a little bit, but he's going to drop down, try and drop down in front of Tyler Street, squeezing him to the bottom. Tyler Street now to second. Delgado has gotten the run. But now Seth LaCroix does not have to battle with these other drivers to get back up to these two. We're going to see what he can do. LaCroix driving up the street. He's got a nose to the inside. And they're side by side going through turns 3 and 4. All while Christian Delgado opening that gap up to half a second. LaCroix not going to be able to complete the pass this time by as they go back down into turns 1 and 2. Byron Gay looking to get to the inside of Samuel Reed back in the pack as well. Not quite there yet. Street and LaCroix still running side by side. Street going to win that battle. And LaCroix driving hard on that inside line may have heated those tires up. No, he is pushing hard. Now LaCroix going to try the outside. Not quite there. I tell you what, if I'm LaCroix, I'm going to drive right up to that bumper of Tyler Street, and I'm going to keep the pressure on him for these last 30-something laps. Delgado's already pulled away, and he's going to continue to open up this gap. LaCroix now able to complete that pass over Tyler Street. But as fast as we've seen that Christian Delgado, I don't know if LaCroix's got what it takes to be able to catch him in these last 30 laps. Delgado has put on a clinic here tonight. LaCroix needs Tyler Street to finish at least 2 positions behind him. If I'm LaCroix, I am driving with my mirror right now, trying to be where Tyler Street's trying to go, and trying to hold him up to let Samuel Reed get to that back bumper. Oh, major contact with that outside wall off of turn 3, or turn 4. That major contact, that definitely slowed down Street and Reed back there. Delgado opening up the second, or this gap by about a 1/10 of a second each lap. Street getting back up to Seth LaCroix. Looks like Street's thinking about trying the outside on him here. And this could be the battle for the championship right here, folks. With LaCroix and Street both running second and third. Delgado, he may win the race, but I don't think he's going to get enough points to get the championship, even with those bonus points. Now that we've set in, and those tires have gotten warm, looking at the best lap time. Actually, correction, with that sun going down, this track cooling off, it does appear that Christian Delgado has set the fastest lap time too. So I can't count him out of this championship contest either, with all these bonus points he's locked up here tonight. And Lee LaCroix, And it's not a bad thing if Tyler Street wins the championship either. He has been clean all year, and I've got to agree with you there, Lee. Samuel Reed now getting back up to Tyler Street. We're going to see if he can make this pass here. And Joseph, for Seth to win the championship, he would need to finish at least 2 positions ahead of Tyler Street. That would send it to a tie if my points calculations are correct right now. Now, if Seth were able to get to Christian Delgado and complete a pass and get the bonus points for winning the race, Seth would take it. But Delgado continuing to pull away over a second gap between him and Seth LaCroix, and we are down to 26 laps to go. I don't know if anyone's going to catch that 13 car. Negative, Joseph. The championship is decided on points. Now down to 24 to go. Delgado with a wide open gap. Looking back in the pack, looks like everyone's starting to get spaced out. Here comes Terrell Wheeler cracking the top 5 for the first time tonight. He has found some speed late in this one as that sun has gone down. Justin Day trying to get by Byron Gay. Day in that outside wall. And Christopher Foote getting underneath Terrell Wheeler now. Wheeler getting the run off the high side on the exit of turn 2. Back to the front. Seth LaCroix starting to pull away from Tyler Street just a little bit. These guys getting spaced out. Now down to 20 laps to go. Delgado and LaCroix both pushing those cars as hard as they will go. Delgado last lap time 30.6. Seth LaCroix's last lap time, 30.66. Delgado just trying to continue to open up that gap. Now we see Tyler Street driving back up to that back bumper of Seth. It appears that Samuel Reed has given that car all it can take. It is starting to fall off now. He is losing ground over Tyler Street. But Christopher Foote is charging hard here. He had the fastest lap for quite a while in this one. Also was able to start on the outside pole tonight. We know that car's got speed. We're going to see if he can put that car back up into contention here with only 16 laps left in this one. He is running 30.5s, about a tenth of a second faster than all of the guys in front of him. So Samuel Reed tapping that outside wall there, pushing that car as hard as it will go, but I don't think he's got enough to be able to compete with Tyler Street and Seth LaCroix. Christopher Foote, though, closing in quickly. Roy and lap time starting to taper off here now. Those tires have been used up. Run goes on. But Christopher Foote now running about 0.2 of a second quicker than those guys. Only a second back from Tyler Street and Seth LaCroix as well. Tyler Street moving to that outside line, trying to get back by Seth LaCroix. And this is about the time where we saw Tyler Street really struggle in the first two green flag runs after the pit stops. About midway through the run, his times would fall off just a little bit. He'd have to cool those tires back down. Samuel Reed getting into the outside wall yet again. Christian Delgado continuing to run away with this now. 2 seconds between him and Seth LaCroix. Now we're starting to see Christopher Foote's lap times fall off just a little bit as he's driving up to Samuel Reed. Down to 9 laps to go. Foote has caught Reed. This will be the battle for fourth once Foote gets there. Samuel Reed's got to be perfect. He's had trouble on that exit from turn 4. Like Foot trying to beat Samuel Reed to the outside. Reed going to move down the track, but Foot doesn't have the speed. He already had to check up for Samuel Reed. Now down to 8 to go. Correction, 7 laps to go. Checking back in with Seth LaCroix. He's still got that lead over Tyler Street. This battle for second, though, may not be over. Tyler Street still keeping Seth LaCroix reeled in here. Christian Delgado has run away with it. He just has to keep it clean and hope for no cautions as this one winds down. It looks like Delgado will come home with the win here. Now down to 3 laps to go. 0.2 of a second separating Seth LaCroix from Tyler Street. And Delgado going to take the white flag here. White flag is out as the final lap. Delgado firmly in the lead. We're going to go back to that battle for second. Tyler Street looking to the outside, trying to gain some ground on Seth LaCroix here. Not going to be able to do it off of turn 2. I don't think Street's got enough to get there. Christian Delgado going to come off turn 4 and take home the checkered flag here. Seth LaCroix crosses the line in second. Tyler Street in third. Samuel Reed in fourth. And Christopher Foot rounding out your top 5. Drivers make their way around the track for the cool down lap. We will be talking to the top 3 here in just a second. Tyler Street going to pull that car onto the front stretch as well. And Christian Delgado going to tear up the infield here. Right, and as celebrations have stopped here, we're going to go ahead and talk to Tyler. Get him pulled up in the booth here. And he is, I do believe he is going to be our Season 2 champion as well. Tyler Street, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
I got you.
All right, man. Congratulations on a top 3 finish. But if I'm not mistaken, you just took home the points championship. How does it feel?
Oh man, nerve wracking because I really didn't think I won it because I was really nervous with the bonus points and stuff like that. I really did not think I won the championship. I know Trail said he's gonna calculate it up, but man, I'm a loss of words if I am the winner. A lot of hard work, a lot of frustration all season long, also.
Yeah, we definitely understand that frustration. We've seen, that frustration for a lot of guys. It's been tough to just to stay in the running here, but you came in leading the points into this race, and Christian Delgado looked like he was going to have it locked up, and then ran into that trouble last week and ended up dropping back to 4th, and you had a 50-point lead over him. And I'm not sure, even with the bonus points that he locked up tonight, even with the pole, the fastest lap, which I do believe he is set, and leading the most laps. I don't know if it's going to be enough, so we're waiting to see that those results come out for sure. But if it is you, it got to be pretty huge for you, right? Especially after that hard fought battle between you and Seth LaCroix at the end.
Yeah, I mean, if it's true, 100%. What a battle all season long between the three of us, because we all knew that all three were really good. I knew coming into tonight that Christian was going to be really good because he's good at mile and a half a lot. So, it's insane.
Yep. So, but we got to get on to our next 2 drivers. Before we let you get on out of here, though, anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank all of the LGR guys. I mean, just big help all season long. It's insane to get that far with the team this year or this season, and just thank Trail for putting on this league. It's been a really fun league. There's some really fast guys still in this, and obviously there's some guys that are really quick in road course and guys that are really quick in ovals. So it's been really cool. And then I got to thank you for broadcasting. It's been really fun. I will admit that it's been a really fun season. I'm hoping to do the next season. I'm not 100% sure with my outside race schedule and that stuff coming up here with it's starting in late March, early April for me. So it's, like I said, it's been a really fun season. Definitely glad to get the championship. Happy to get some wins for the season. Hopefully get some more short track races. I'm a big fan of short courses. So yeah, just really cool to end the season like this.
All right, and we have just received confirmation you did take home the championship. Good job, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Really do appreciate it.
All right, thank you, buddy. Have a good one.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you. All right, guys. Once again, that was Tyler Street, driver of the number 4 car. We're going to move on to our second place finisher, Seth LaCroix. Seth, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I getcha.
All right, man. Congratulations on a second place finish here tonight. I understand it's not where you want to be. You would have loved to be up front and taking home the championship, back to back. But take us through your thoughts when that caution came out and you were able to reel Tyler Street back in.
Well, that caution was a lifesaver. I mean, I guess in the end it doesn't really matter, but I was getting my stuff ready for pit road, and I smacked the wall and absolutely annihilated my car. I had massive wheel damage, and I lost a lot of time, and then the caution came out 1 lap later. So that was thankful. But, man, I tell you what, the dirty air here was incredible. I was 2 seconds behind Tyler on this second run, and I reeled him in, and as soon as I got to within 0.8, 0.7, nothing I could do to get closer. And clean air is king here tonight, and Christian was absolutely deserving of the win. But man, it that clean air was, or dirty air, I should say, was brutal. But it was overall it was a good season. Fortunate didn't get to go back to back, and really enjoyed my time racing in NORA for the most part, especially racing against some great guys like Tyler Street. Congrats to him on the championship, and he's always up front. He's always races clean, and so it was a good season. Too many damn penalty points. That's definitely the difference for sure this season. So it's all good.
All right. Well, we're sorry you didn't get to go back to back, but still top three making the championship race. It's still a good way to end it, and getting the second place finish to Christian Delgado. We're gonna let you get on out of here. Before we do, anyone you want to thank or anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, I'd love to thank you for putting on the broadcast. My parents really enjoy watching it, and I want to thank my parents for watching it. I'm sorry, I'm a big loser, and just want to really thank my Apex teammates, both ARC and Cup. We're clearly the best two teams all around in both series. So great group of guys. Some of them I didn't even know basically before the season started. So really had fun racing with those guys, and unfortunately I was the last one standing in Cup, but we look forward to our new adventures here. Definitely be looks like I'll be leaving NORA, so we're looking to start a new league here soon. So good luck to these NORA guys, and I hope they have many more seasons.
All right, we appreciate it, Seth, and we will see you later, buddy. Sorry to see you go.
Thank you.
All right, once again, that was Seth LaCroix coming home second tonight. I try and move him back down to the top three. I accidentally pulled him back into the booth here. We're going to move on to tonight's race winner, Christian Delgado.
Back to the
Christian,
field.
it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, man. You put on an absolute clinic here tonight. Started first, finished first, led 122 laps out of 125. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels great. Kansas here is my home track. I put a lot of laps in here just to, obviously, you have a chip on your shoulder when you come here to whatever home track it is. And for me, it's Kansas. And I didn't expect me to go out here and dominate like this. But it obviously feels good. I know we had to have a good race to, put ourselves in a spot to try to win the championship. And to be completely honest, I thought it was kind of like, obviously I knew it was winning your end and stuff, but like I didn't know it was gonna go down the points here. But obviously I knew I needed to still come out here and execute and do everything I could here. But yeah, obviously winning here at my home track, it's always special.
All right, and definitely got to be special to win here at your home track. We were watching your times as the race went on, and it seemed like no matter where you were in the run, you were consistently running that 30.74 or 30.7 something. What was your secret to the consistency here tonight?
Yeah, I just felt like, obviously having the pole here was a huge plus. Because, obviously I had a good jump on the start and was able to kind of keep everybody behind me. And I felt like, this is something I've kind of really done all season. And that's why I've been, done pretty well for myself here at the mile and a half. So I think I got my lowest finish was second the whole season. So, but it's just, make sure you keep the tires underneath you and really just baby it for probably the first 20, 25 laps. And then, when everybody else, maybe it pushed a little bit too hard, that's when I start to actually push, is after that 20, 25 lap mark. And that's when I'll actually start to push pretty hard to just get away. As long as you can keep the gap and manage it is something that I always like to do. Cause I could have definitely driven away from, the guys at the start of every restart, but I just wanted to kind of keep them in range that I knew that they'd have to really overdo it to get to me. And then, after that 20-ish lap range, I'd start to push a little bit harder. And that's why, I was able to consistently run laps, because obviously with the fresh Goodyear Eagles, you can, you know, push them pretty hard and get a good lap time out of it. But saving the stuff there at the end and then just getting there and just, you know, continually to kind of hit your marks and, you know, do everything else. I saw a lot of people running up in the top today. I only kind of did that when I needed to get away. Anytime else, when I was just trying to maintain the car, I was just, you know, putting my left sides on the white line and just trying to keep the tires underneath me. And I feel like that's, you know, a big reason why I could, you know, keep the lead here. And I bet, you know, talking to Seth and Tyler, they were talking about the dirty air, and definitely me having a cleaner definitely had a lot to do with not only just keeping the lead, but also keeping the tires underneath me, because the dirty air here is pretty bad. And I know Seth and Tyler, you know, just having to fight around each other or fight behind me, it definitely uses up those, at least the fronts, a lot more than the cleaner obviously does.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, buddy. We're going to let you get on out of here and start the celebration for taking home the win here tonight. Before we do, though, anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, first of all, got to give a huge congratulations to Tyler. And it kind of hurts that we're not going to take home a championship, especially, you know, winning in the finale. That's just kind of like what we're all kind of hardwired to now these days, is that, you know, you come out here, win the championship. Win the race, you win the championship. But, you know, it sucks coming home P2, but, you know, I'd like to be back next year to potentially, you know, try to get it this next season. But huge congratulations to Tyler. Shout out to Seth for the season he's had. You know, he snuck up on us during the playoffs. He definitely did not have the regular season he probably wanted to, and snuck up, got a couple wins, and got himself into the championship battle here at the end. But you know, Tyler just had more points coming into the race, and I had to do everything I could to try to get it. And this wasn't enough. You know, I think I got the max amount of points I could today, leading the most laps, having the fastest lap, getting the pole, and everything I could. Obviously finishing first as well. But yeah, huge shout out to Tyler for the season he's had. You know, I like I said, wish I could have brought it home. 5 wins on the season. Obviously, I'm super proud of myself and this whole Adrenaline team. But speaking of that, got to give a huge shout out to Adrenaline Racing, John, Zach Lockett, Nate, Russ, all the guys over there at Adrenaline. You know, I wouldn't be racing here if they didn't invite me to come and race. I wish they would have stayed along and race with me, but, you know, everybody has their own agendas. But got to give a huge shout out to them, you know, pushing me to be the best guy in the sim and trying to just, you know, continue to push myself a little bit harder to, you know, knock out these wins. Got to give a huge shout out to everybody over at the Bean team, Jeff, Matthew, Peter, Carter, everybody over there who's working their tail off. You know, I had Jeff, you know, join the race tonight and congratulate me and wish me good luck for this season. And everybody over there, got to give a huge shout out to Andreas or Diego for the beautiful paint, as well as Chase Crawl specifically for this paint here. They did a phenomenal job. And, you know, I'm a big guy of, if you look fast, you race fast. And obviously we dominated here tonight. And I'm going to thank, you know, Andres and Chase for that, because obviously I felt pretty quick in this fantastic looking car. Got to give a huge shout out to everybody over at FFC and Pingus and McLeod and everybody over at the HVTV server. Just, you know, being a part of a big family and, you know, making me, you know, feel as special as I ever have. You know, so definitely couldn't do without them. Got to give a huge shout out to, you know, the primary sponsor here, High Velocity TV. If you guys are looking for a broadcaster or whatever outside of Rebel Racing Network, they do fantastic work here on the channel. But make sure to email us at hvtvbroadcasting@aol.com. We do a lot of great work there. If you guys are looking for something different, make sure to hit us up there. But lastly, got to give a huge shout out to all the admins here with NORA, Tyrell, for working his tail off, making sure that everything goes right here for this first season. You know, this was my first and rookie season here, and I had a fantastic time racing. Obviously, the first couple races were kind of chaotic, but that's just how usually, you know, anywhere you go is just trying to blend and gel to try to figure out where everybody is. But I had a fantastic time running here in my rookie campaign, and can't wait to potentially come back here next season. But lastly, got to give a huge shout out to all you guys over at Rebel Racing Network and for sticking around with us all season long, putting on good broadcasts. I'm definitely gonna go back and watch this one and just cherish it as it is. Obviously, couldn't bring home the championship, but like I said earlier, it definitely feels good to win here at my home track.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, buddy. We're going to let you get on out of here. Congratulations again. Have a good night, buddy.
Yep, you guys too.
Thank you. All right. Once again, that was Christian Delgado taking home the race win here tonight. And we're going to go through our official results, guys. Once again, Christian Delgado took home the win. Seth LaCroix finishes second. Tyler Street in third. Samuel Reed finishes fourth. Christopher Foote in fifth. Terrell Wheeler comes home sixth. Byron Gay comes home in seventh. Stephen Linger finishes eighth. Justin Day in ninth. And Brian Day rounding out your field in 10th. I'd just like to thank everyone for tuning in here tonight. Make sure that you join us here on Wednesday evening, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, for the Third Coast Racing O'Reilly Auto Parts Series with with their first race of the season, live from Daytona. They have been putting on work in the off season, trying to recruit, trying to get a full field, and they've done a great job. 25 drivers registered, a lot of recruitment races run in the last month and a half, and we even had some special appearances in the recruitment races. Austin Hill, your O'Reilly Auto Parts Series winner from Daytona this last week, joined in one of our recruitment races, and he brought a couple friends. But make sure you tune into that. Once again, they are kicking their season off Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And stay tuned. We will also have another announcement on that broadcast, so make sure you guys tune in for that. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe button wherever you are watching, YouTube or Facebook. Go check out our Facebook. Go check out our sponsors on Facebook. We appreciate it, guys, and we see y'all later.